Just look at the expression on that poor kid's face.
I think Jeff. I don't think Jeff would do that. Jeff's mad. Jeff is pissed. He just don't know. Like he liked this little kid, right? That little kid came back up on them niggas like, yo, you kicked me a motherfucker. That little kid was with it, but it's like, and then when the black dude, the adult stepped in and told him to leave, he just walked off. It's like that little kid got something inside of him. But think about by the time he gets Jeff Metcalf's age, all that's gone. That might be gone by the time he's 21 or something like that.
And that's fucking that is what's so sad, man. That little dude is Gohan, bro. Like he stood up to all them fucking apes, and but his daddy didn't teach him how to fight, so he need a Piccolo nigga. You know what I'm saying?
He got fucked up either way. Yeah, even if the adult actually did kind of do the right thing because he was gonna get fucked up either way. But he the adult knew that it wasn't gonna be a one-on-one fight. He knew that. That black.
It's never a one-on-one fight. It's never a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, he knew that. He knew it wasn't gonna be one-on-one. That's why he probably told him.
He should have did like them little 9-year-old kids. You did that story. Who had that fucking gun? He should have had that fucking gun, man.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you about to get fucked up over here.
You wanna come up behind me and kick me in the back?
Yeah. And look, he was chasing that kid. Look, when the kid hit him, sucker punched him, he chased him. He chased that kid, and then he threw something out. Yeah, he was with. That white kid was with it, man.
He had no idea what he was doing, though.
Yeah, but he hasn't been cuck trained yet completely. His cuck training is incomplete.
He need to finish his cuck training by the age of 21.
I guarantee you his father ain't never did it. I guarantee you that little mother. I guarantee you that little glider had more heart than his father.
All right, y'all. Let's fast forward. Age 21, and this kid might have his first little girlfriend or whatever it is. They at a bar somewhere downtown, around a whole lot of people.
Nah, 21. He's transgender.
Check it out. And then this same situation, one of the kids try to holler at his girlfriend. He said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" The kid fucking does this. He chases after the kid, and instead of a punch, that is a switch and fucking 100 rounds to his body, and they hop in the car and then nobody see shit.
Right.
So he better motherfucking finish his training early.
So we're looking at this right now, though. He obviously has, the weight on the kid. Yeah, all right, the kid's fucking fat as fuck. Anyway, he's got the weight. He doesn't have the skills. He doesn't know how to use the weight because his father's a fucking cuck.
But either way, he was gonna get jumped. Like, let's just say those two couldn't have handled him, right? It was a third one would have jumped in. And then if those two could have a fifth one, the only reason
a fourth one,
that adult would have jumped in.
The adult would have jumped in.
Yeah, but
who said that? Who said that?
I did, McCoy.
Yeah, asshole. Yeah, the adult would have jumped in.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
What I'm saying is that, like, okay, a 16-year-old, that kid had to be 16, and that kid looked body, like the energy he came in there with, and then he like sliced him with something in the forehead. That kid escalated that shit to another level so fast. And it's like, this kid's like 12, right? Let's say this kid's 12, if that, right? He knew how to fight, right? He knew karate. You see him do the little kicking shit, right? Let's just say he knew karate. It was no way he was going to win anyway. That's why the black dude told him to get out of there.
You want to come up behind me and kick me in the back?
And then the black adult, he knew.
Hey, pause it real quick, man. Do you see that shit over his shoulder, bro? You see who's looking over those stairs, bro? On that, yes.
1, 2, 3.
The white kids they know. Don't fuck with them.
Do that one in the middle got on like a pooch shiesty?
I don't know, but these look like girls.
Everybody watching this little chubby ass chick dude get jumped.
Nobody even warned them. See. This is how cucked out white people are. They didn't even say, "Watch your back." Like, yo, watch out. Like blacks would have been like, "Hey, yo," we would have been like, "Hey, watch your back." If it was a white dude coming up sneaking behind him, we'd be like, "Watch out." They just let his ass get sucker punched. But watch he immediately turns around. He with it. He's with it.
Hang on, man. Hang on, son. Some kid got a little bit of footwork. He got a little bit of footwork.
He's with it. They're playing with him though. They know.
Yeah, cats with mice.
He's with it. He's with it.
Yeah,
with it, though. I give it to him. He hadn't completely gotten his cup training And to beat and that last where
That
they
last
gave the bike.
still, that last photo. How do you see that photo and say, you know what? Let's buy this nigga a bike, fisherman. What the? How do you see? How do you see this happening to your child?
Yo,
He is
let's buy this
cowering.
man a bike.
He is cowering in fear.
Yo,
He's
they
in the
should have.
Fetal.
shrimp.
He's
Hey,
fetal, yo.
hey, look.
How do you see this and say, let's buy this nigga a?
The shit, listen, bro. The ass whooping wasn't bad enough, man. It should have got a little bit worse. He could have got a PS5, man.
This actually, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I'm a martial artist and a gun artist. But this would actually make a great painting. I'm just saying, like this could be. How do you see this photo and say, let's buy this nigga a bike?
Yeah, we gonna call this.
Austin Metcalf's father. For all we know, he doesn't have stills. He doesn't have video of his son dying. Look at this shit. And how can
We
you
gonna call
say?
this photo. We
How
gonna
can
call
you
this photo
not?
Selma, man.
I would have bought them niggas some bikes with fucking C4. Every single one of them. Every
Hey,
single one of them.
don't this remind y'all of the Montgomery shit with the hoses and the dogs, man?
No.
This is the
Yeah,
same
except the
shit,
roles
man.
are reversed.
This is history. This is history repeating itself, but in opposite form, man. This
Yeah,
ain't
for
nothing
sure.
but reparations.
I would have bought them niggas bikes, okay? But they wouldn't have picked them up. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy you bikes and we're going to mail them to your fucking houses. And then you would have saw some Birmingham shit. Can you imagine this, though? Your child? Come on.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
there's no
Like, I got
contest
kids,
here.
bro. I got
There's
kids, bro.
no contest here.
It's no way. First off, if my kid get their ass whooped like this, we have to figure out a way to either one, you gonna learn how to fight, but we don't even worry about fight because in a couple of years it's guns. But we gotta go, man. We gotta move. We gotta go someplace else.
No, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. That's the problem. Like the first problem is like proximity to blacks. Okay, that is the problem. Proximity to blacks. Okay, he should not have been there as a father. Why is your child around all these fucking savages? Okay, first of all. Second of all, at that age, yes, he should know how to handle himself. But like Ox said,
He
there was no way he was
he
going to
got
win.
jumped.
This is a no-win scenario.
Yeah, he got jumped.
I'll put myself in his position. I'm not fighting all these goddamn savages. Like
Nah, he
I'm
got.
gonna
There's nothing
leave.
that he could have done. He got jumped.
I'm gonna leave the situation. If I can't leave the situation, I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Why would you put your child in this situation? Okay,
Right.
if you have a white child and you put them in a predominantly black school, that is fucking child abuse.
This could be a white neighborhood, dude. As far as we know,
I don't think it is.
it could be. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be a predominantly black neighborhood.
Anderson, Indiana is 78% glider, 15% sun.
Right. So I mean,
That's close enough. That's way too close enough. We
yeah, but
on Ock Nation, no. On Ock Nation, like 20% is way too much. So
10%
15.
is way too much.
No, he said 20.
I'm pretty sure.
It's 10. It's always been 10.
It's 10. Okay, all right. Well, you need to
But-
know where your kids are.
Yeah, but in any case, yeah, like what I don't know what that was not the correct response that the father did. That was the wrong response to buy them bikes.
That was the
Like-
Christian response, and that's what
That
I've
was the
said on here over and over again.
Well,
Christianity is dog shit.
Leave my boy Metcalf out of this. If his father, if this little glider's father battled cancer for 9 years, I'll give him a pass.
No,
But
that father aside, though, man. Metcalf's father aside, this was the Christian response. Turn the other cheek, forgive you, and
nah, fuck that.
that's what the Bible preaches, right? That's what the Lord said. This is what this glider's response was directly learned from Christianity. Christianity,
just like
which again,
Austin's dad.
Man, fuck that. No. Leave Austin out of this.
which again,
Well, he used the same talking points.
Well, hang on.
It's the
bro.
foundational
Hang on.
Christianity.
When you're facing down the eyes of death, you start to think differently, right? All right. For all we know,
No, I mean he literally got on there and he was talking about God, and because he's a Christ cuck. It's because he's a Christ cuck.
What?
Christ cuck. He's a bitch
Christ
because
cuck.
he believes in
you're that
Christianity,
guy.
which
Okay,
is
yeah.
Jewish bullshit.
You're that guy. I like a lot of your talking points. Honestly, you kind of go really aggressive on religious people. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
No. That's not. Let's bring it back to the base here, right? The point that Fisherman is making, Mac, is that
That's Fisherman,
Christianity.
right? Fisherman,
Yeah,
you just said that.
Christianity was created through Jewish
Fisherman of men.
propaganda. It was created through Jewish propaganda back in the day. That's what it
I'm
seems
sorry,
to
what?
be.
Say that again, Wicked.
Christianity seems to be Jewish crew propaganda from back in the day. That's what it seems to be.
That's not historically
Yo,
correct at
I
all.
hear.
So who
But
wrote the Bible then?
no,